Hey, do you remember this? And this? Sometime in June, Hytale would be cancelled, and Noxy would basically put out a tweet saying that the game was cancelled and that the studio would spend the next few months winding down as they closed. The post that Noxy made also linked a blog post, which if you didn't receive the news on Twitter and you went to the Hytale website, well, let's just say that you would see this thing on your screen. Then Simon, the previous owner of Hypixel Studios and Hytale, gave his take on the whole situation and how he was devastated that no one would ever be able to experience this game. This is a summarization. This is not everything in his own words, by the way. And he would even be willing to put down $25 million to buy the game back. And this is when everything changed. The community was able to persuade Simon to go to Riot and basically get in talks with them to try and get back Hytale. The hashtag Save Hytale would be created and the Save Hytale movement would start. And around this time too, Simon would also get in talks with Riot and propose his deal that he wanted to make to get back Hytale. During this time, he also answered questions on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And all that was left to do was for everyone, whether you were in or not in the Hytale community, but you were waiting on Hytale itself, all that was left to do was to wait. Until now. Welcome everyone to a Hytale blog post video. And as you can see by the title, it says it right here, Hytale is saved. So this is crazy. Simon got the game back from a AAA company, Riot Games. And yeah, Hytale is saved. And also that blog post, like that jump scare blog post, it's not here anymore. It's been deleted. So yeah, we're gonna read through this. Hopefully you guys find this informative. And with that being said, let us begin. So starting off the blog post, it says, a new and exciting chapter for Hytale begins today. We are thrilled to announce that we have acquired Hytale from Riot Games. While it didn't make sense for them to continue developing it in its existing form, they ultimately wanted what's best for the players, and that's for us to eventually play a revised version of the game. We are grateful to Riot Games for making this possible. Over the past few weeks, we have rehired more than 30 developers who know this game inside and out. With additional returns expected in the coming days, together we are going back to the original vision for Hytale. We are fully independent and personally committed to funding Hytale for the next 10 years. Transactions like this are rare in the games industry. Thank you to everyone for keeping hope alive. Hytale is saved. Simon Collins Laflamme, founder, Hypixel. So up next, we have some really important stuff. People have been asking questions about this for years, and there's a list here. There's like bullet points. You guys can see it on the screen. It says early access date to be announced in the coming days. So that means we're gonna get a release date, like for early access. We're gonna get that information in the coming days. Platforms, Windows at launch, Linux and Mac will be attempted. Other platforms much later. So basically PC only for right now. Pricing details to be announced in the coming days. Early access state, expect bugs, rough edges, unbalanced content, and frequent updates that break things. Early access duration, expected to last at least a few years, no rush to 1.0. Launch content, exploration mode, creative mode, and modding. Not at launch, mini games, and adventure mode. Both come later, dedicated team for mini games. Ownership, we own 100% of Hytale, repurchased from Riot Games. Funding, 10-year personal funding commitment. No investors or publishers. Game build, using the previous engine from the trailer, enabling faster development and immediate playability. Modding available at launch, run your own servers, and create custom content. Alright, and moving on to the next section titled How We Got Here, it says, on June 23rd, 2025, it was announced that the development of Hytale was ending and Hypixel Studios would wind down. When we saw the community's reaction, we knew we had to act. Although we hadn't been involved with Hytale since 2020, Hytale and its community have always been something we cherished. We made an offer to Riot Games without seeing the full state of the project. Knowing the massive risks involved, we dove in head first. No risk, no Hytale. We negotiated the deal, rehired 30 developers, secured funding, and made the call to return to the legacy engine and original vision. Continuing to why we did this, we're focused on building the game we always wanted to play, and one that we'd be proud for our kids to play too. Philip and I are personally committing funding for the next 10 years. This is our passion project, and we're here to make it last. And now on to the next section, start small, grow with community. We expect our roadmap to evolve as we learn more about the game's needs and how players respond. It's already changing. What we have today is different from what we had a few weeks ago. As we have been exploring the game, we'll keep it agile and flexible and try our best to avoid promises we can't keep. We're choosing to focus on making a great game first, rather than a perfect engine. We know the risk of releasing an unfinished product. First impressions matter, and it's hard to change minds, but this is a risk we must take. We need your help creating content, reporting bugs, giving feedback, and building this with us. No risk, no Hytale. Our initial priority is polishing the living world, modding, core mechanics, and sandbox experience. Once the world feels alive and systems are stable, we'll shift hard into adventure mode and mini-games development to create the true Hytale experience. On to the next section, which is also important, which says the current state of the game. Let's discuss openly what we've inherited and what we're working with. The biggest thing to note is there were two engines in development, the legacy engine, in other words Java or C. When I say that, by the way, I'm not saying that Java and C are the same thing. They have some similarities, but they're different. That was quite advanced from 3 to 4 years ago. This is what was used in the trailer and most blog posts. And a cross-platform engine, C++, that's been in development for approximately 3 years. The cross-platform engine is significantly behind in terms of gameplay. It would require extensive refactoring to be production ready. With minimal gameplay features, we estimate it would take 2 years before we could consider early access with it. We've made the decision to abandon the cross-platform engine and return to the legacy engine. It's playable now. It lets us build a game rather than an engine. It's the version that feels like what Hytale was supposed to be. As for the legacy engine, we have plans to make it cross-platform later. We are in no rush. In the game itself, we have over 100 NPCs, thousands of items and blocks, but many aren't properly configured yet. Expect unbalanced loot, rough edges, and bugs. This is genuine early access. Please report issues and give feedback. Official mini-games will not be available on early access launch. We know these were a big part of the original Hytale vision, but the infrastructure and mini-games are far from ready. We have a dedicated team that will focus on bringing mini-games once the core game is stable. We have extensive experience in this. In the meantime, the community can start making their own mini-games, custom servers, and experiences. When we launch our own, we'll share our assets and support the community. Ideally, the community becomes better at making minigames than we are. We're a small, dedicated team by design. Scaling too fast creates new problems. The cost of staying small is that we can't balance and finish everything in a few weeks. The benefit is that we can move quickly, make decisions efficiently, and avoid the bureaucracy that kills momentum. In the past few days, we've made solid progress towards launching early access. As we move into full production mode, As we complete the transfer of Hytale, you'll see accelerated development in the coming weeks. We'll release detailed patch notes in the coming days so you can see the full scope of improvements. And on to the next section, our team. Leadership is critical to our success. Here's who's leading Hytale. Simon, co-founder, and Philip is also listed as a co-founder. For technical lead, Kevin's listed under there, and then Patrick is in management lead. And continuing on, it says, we've rehired over 30 former developers who previously worked on Hytale. These are people who know the codebase, understand the vision, and chose to come back. We'll continue to hire as the budget allows, and as we find the right candidates. We're seeking hard-working, self-motivated individuals who want to be a part of something meaningful. Alright, and the next section here, modding critical to survival, says, modding is once again a top priority. It has always been at the core of our vision, and it's critical to our long-term survival. We will launch early access with as many modding tools and as much access as possible within legal and security constraints. What you can expect. It's possible to mod almost everything in Hytale, content and server side. Non-developers can create impressive experiences with minimal techno knowledge. A few guides or videos will be enough for most people to start creating. We will provide server source code access within several months once we're legally ready to do so. Dedicated server support and data-driven content configuration. We're being mindful of backward compatibility as we iterate. You can create your own custom servers, maps, adventures, etc. And more details will be given in a future blog post. Modding isn't just a feature for us, it's the foundation of longevity. We're committed to this completely. Next section, what this means for you. We need your help to complete Hytale. Play early access even when it's rough. Report bugs and give honest feedback. Create mods and content. Be patient when things break and trust the long-term vision. And make guides and share knowledge with others. This is not a polished product. This is a raw, unfinished, sometimes broken experience with incredible potential. You'll find placeholder content, unbalanced systems, and frustrating bugs. You'll also find moments of magic, systems that click perfectly, and glimpses of what this could become. Early access is our way of earning your trust, not asking for it. The next section, which is pretty quick, where to find us. Discord is where the action is for Hytale. Major announcements go to all platforms, but Discord is where the community lives, and our developers are most active. Click here to join us. We're setting up channels for modding, map making, bug reports, feedback, tutorials, and community events. All major announcements will go to X, Instagram, Reddit, and others. If you guys would like to join the official Hytale Discord server, I will have it linked in the description down below as well. Alright, on to the next section titled Moving Forward. It says, we're releasing features and iterating on them later. Many features will be in their own version 1, functional but early stage. We're focused on getting core systems working together rather than perfecting each one in isolation. Expect very frequent updates. Moving fast means things might break more often. Saves could be affected. Systems might change. That is the trade-off speed. We're committing to transparent communication with patch notes and development updates. 10 years of runway gives us time to get it right. We're building something that lasts. In the next section titled Coming in the Next Few Days, it says, gameplay footage and screenshot unpolished as is. Detailed patch notes from our recent work, modding capabilities, and roadmap blog post. Pricing details for different editions, plenty of updates and communication, and the early access release date. That's an important one. And here is the final section titled Final Thoughts. Hytale has had a long and challenging journey. It's taken longer than anyone hoped, and it's changed a lot along the way. But here we are, Starting over with a 4-year-old build, a small dedicated team, a community that refused to give up, and a vision that's aligned with a new reality. This is not going to be easy. This is not going to be fast. This is not going to be perfect. But it's going to be ours. Build together, one feature at a time, one bug fix at a time, one mod at a time. Hytale lives. Thank you from the entire Hytale team. Alright, and that's it. Hytale is saved. Simon actually got this game back, once again, from a AAA company. That's not easy to do. And usually the chances of that are slim. So, yeah, this is crazy. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video or have found this video informative. And if you did, then feel free to drop a like and subscribe, or leave a like and subscribe. Also, once again, I will link the official Hytro Discord server down below, and if you guys want to join mine, it'll be down there as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and there's many more videos to come, because there's a storm happening now. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next Hytale video.